Hi, nobodies. Um, so yesterday was a really interesting day for me. My okay, I switched phone companies, and the aggravation of it taking them a week to bring me my SIM card, to send it. Here's the thing: I ordered the SIM card on the 11th. On the 13th, the SIM card was at my post office in Benton, Arkansas. I mean, like it said, switch to U.S. Postal Service, Benton. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to get my thing this day. Because most of the time when they send you a SIM card, it's like 2 days to deliver it. For some, I don't even understand reason, it left Benton and went to Tennessee, where it stayed for the whole weekend before it came back to Benton. And I was like, okay, I'm not having a lot of confidence in this company already. So I get the card yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting in my room, I was reading, and my satellite internet went out at the same time that my previous provider, I didn't pay them, so no phone service, no internet. Oh my God, Becky. I was losing my fucking mind. So I'm sitting here reading and listening to all of the vehicles going by my house. And I see the mail lady going down the street. So I jump out of bed and I'm like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. And I get my robe on and mosey on outside, because I know that when I see her go that way, because for some stupid reason, mailboxes are on both sides of my street, so, which is not a busy street. I don't know why they're not all on one side. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking she's just going to go to the house next door and turn around, because that's what I saw her do on Saturday. See, Saturday, I saw her go there, and I'm like, ooh, the mail's coming, and then she went right past my mailbox, and I was like, oh, it's not coming today. So I go, so I'm like, yeah. And I look down the street when I rush outside, I look out the street, and I'm like, where'd she go? 15 minutes later. It never takes her 15 minutes to come back, but for some reason, it took her 15 minutes. She comes back and sits in front of my driveway for 5 whole minutes. And I'm sitting there going, what is she doing? Like, she's in front of the driveway. She's not at the mailbox. She's in front of the driveway. And I'm not wearing a mask. She's not wearing a mask. So I'm afraid to approach her, because, some people are like really assholes about this whole thing, and even if they weren't, if they were like, stay 6 feet back, stay away, so even if people weren't like that, if this wasn't going on, I would have run up to the mail lady and been like, I want my stuff. Yeah. So I get the card, put it in my phone restarts, all that. Now, I have gotten some bad SIM cards, so that's always a worry for me. I had to wait a week for this. What if it's a bad SIM card? Get the thing in, and I decide to make a phone call. Well, it won't connect, and I'm like, well, maybe, even though it's showing I got 2 bars, maybe I can go outside, or whatever. I go outside, and the no service symbol comes up. Now, see, outside, I live in the middle of freaking nowhere. So outside you get 3 bars, maybe 4 bars. Never 0 bars. Never no service. But as I'm looking at this no service pop up, LTE pops up. Now, when I was seeing the bars, there was no LTE. So I'm like, okay, I know I don't have internet. So I'm like, okay, how can I have LTE and no service? So I get on Facebook just to see if what I'm seeing is true, that I have data but can't make a phone call. Sure enough, I've got data but can't make a fucking phone call. Which also means that I cannot, like, I've got a doctor's appointment on Monday and they want to send me a text message so that I can fill out some paperwork online before I go in. And dang it, if I can't receive text messages right now, except through like my text now thing, which I thought about calling up the doctor's office and saying, hey, can you put this number down so that I can get a text message and sign on to the portal. But my new SIM card should be here on Friday. I'm getting to that. So I'm like, okay, this is just like crazy, right? So I contact the phone company and spend like so much time. I mean, I'm like sitting in my room and I've got internet but no phone service. And I keep having to go back outside for a second to get the LTE to pop up. Then I come back into my room and the LTE stays popped up for a while, and then it goes back to seeing the bars, and I'm like, oh, gotta walk outside for a second, walk outside, get the LTE to pop up, then come back into my room until the bars show up again. So I'm talking to this person, and I don't think it quite registered with them that I'm using your phone service to talk to you right now via the data. Okay, so frustrating hour of dealing with this person before they say, I am sorry, at this time we do not offer service in your area. Okay, first off, if you don't offer service in my area, why are you selling me a card? Second, and I said this to them, how am I getting data from this card? How can I be online using this card if I don't have service? Like, why can't I make a phone call? Like, I'm wanting to know, like, is that some kind of special thing? Is my SIM card messed up somehow? I don't know. So I'm like, what? So I say that to him. How can I have data and not have you don't provide service? Well, explain this to me. How am I on here with you when I don't have data? I mean, when you don't provide service to my area? I probably should have asked them for a refund. Can I get a refund then? So I send the message and he sends back, I'm sorry, at this time we do not provide service in your area. Like, really? Excuse me a sec. I think, did I? Yeah, left my other vape in the living room. So I started looking at other phone companies. Now it's the end of the month, or that's not, I still got like 11 days left of the month or so, but it's close to the end of the month. And a while back I had a problem with my phone company, and I paid them and then they did an automatic payment. So the bank gave me my money back. Well, yesterday they took it back from me. And I was pissed because, one, I didn't use the service. So they got $100 of mine that they weren't entitled to because I had transferred phone companies the very next month. before I could use the credit. So I was like, man, why'd they even give me the, they should have just kept the $100 and been like, well, we're going to run this through. And if you get a credit, you get a credit. If you don't, you don't. But no, they gave me the $100. Like, I thought it was resolved because they didn't give it to me immediately. They gave it to me like 10 days later or something. So I'm thinking, hey, I got 10 days left and give or take, and I've got $200. I'm good. Everything's paid. They took the $100 back. And I was like, you rat bastards. It's like, I would have rather they not given me that. Oh, yeah, the kitties are outside. That's why. Sorry, I hear the cats meowing. My daughter, they ran out onto the back patio, and it's cold outside. And she's like, I'm just going to leave the door open. And I'm like, no, it's cold. Just leave them outside. When I open the door, they'll be ready to come in. I completely forgot. They're all right, though. They'll be okay for a few more minutes. So last night, I'm trying to do certain things, and I don't want to keep walking outside because it got cold. So I go up to the door, and I'll just like open the door a little bit, stick my phone out. Well, Beezy, my smallest one, he's trying to get out every time I open that door. Like, I see him coming up like Simba. He walks like freaking Simba. I swear to you. I'm like, nope, just trying to get him. He squeezes past me, and I go to swoop down to get him. Fucking doorknob right to the head. This shit hurts. You can't see it, but there's a fucking lump there. Boom. As I'm swooping down, I'm like stopped by the doorknob. It is amazing how just like when I sleep, I put the cover over my eyes because I don't want the cold getting to the back of my neck because I'll get a crick. I don't know the technical term for that. Always called it a crick. My whole life it's been a crick. Made life kind of hell. Was it yesterday I had a crick? I don't know. The day before yesterday I thought, well, I'm not going to take the stairs because these people are walking up the stairs. I'll just go down the on the grass, and I went down. My foot slipped and whoop, on my ass. And I felt my muscle pull when I did it. And I was like, oh crap, that's going to hurt tomorrow. And it does. It did hurt yesterday. It still hurts today. I'm massaging it. But I am so accident prone. So I really wasn't surprised that I knocked my head into the doorknob because I'm always hitting like tables. It's either coming up or going down. I will misjudge where something is at. I run into walls. I kid you not that I have actually said I walked into a door and it was the truth. It has happened many times. Doorknobs love my elbows. And just boom. Damn, that hurts. Yeah, I just did that the other day too. Knocked the shit out my elbow on the dang doorknob. Fucking doorknobs. My depth perception has always been shit. And just my general knowledge of where things are at. I remember one time I was a kid and I had a bunk bed. I was probably about 13. And I was sleeping on the top bunk, but I woke up in the middle of the night, disoriented. And I'm feeling around for the light switch. And I say to myself, you're not going to find the light switch because I felt something and I thought it was a dumbbell and I was like, You're not gonna find the light switch. You're on the fucking floor. So I stand up. Well, I'm on the top fucking bunk. So standing up causes me to knock my head into the ceiling, and I fell off the bed because I was also on the edge of the bed. I hear Mom, "You okay?" "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Crawled my ass over to the fucking bottom bunk and slept, but didn't even bother turning on the light because whatever the fuck it was I was looking for was no longer important. This kind of thing happens to me, you know. The thing is I'm really fortunate that worse hasn't happened. I mean, like when I break something, I break it good. I have a rod in this arm, and I have plates in this arm. Two separate incidences. Both times, pretty much me doing something not stupid, but like broke this one, getting my foot caught in a rug, and as I tripped, my arm got caught in a drawer, or my hand got caught in a drawer, so down I went. That's the more recent injury that happened when I was like 30. This one was gymnastics, doing a running round off, and I led with the wrong arm in midair. I said, wait, I'm leading with the wrong arm, I'm gonna get hurt. So I went to switch, and somehow or other, the way that they put it was like elbow hit the ground, stomach landed here, broke both bones. I can bend my pinky toe because I broke it when I was vacuuming and slipped it underneath the chair, and the chair leg right to the side, which wouldn't have been bad for the office work I was doing, but I go to work the next day and they're like, "Oh yeah, you've been made electronics department manager, so you're on the floor." I was like, "Oh gee, the day that I'm having the most trouble walking, y'all are gonna put me out on the sales floor. Fun." I hurt myself all the time. I've always got bruises, and I'm always like, where'd that come from? I think the worst thing that I ever did that didn't break anything was 2 years ago. I was walking out my front door, and I was in a hurry, and it was raining, and the steps were wet, and I was wearing flip-flops, and my foot slipped on the top step, and I got airborne. And all my weight landed on the corner of the step on my ass, and I now have a permanent dent because I rearranged the fat that was there. That's how hard I hit. Days of discomfort trying to sleep. I mean, even my clothes on the bruise hurt. It was that bad that I almost wanted to sleep with just my ass out, but I couldn't do that because I'm me. Got to have stuff on. Ask anybody who knows, I am not an exhibitionist. Even, I get naked for bath time. That's it, really. Otherwise, it's like I don't want to be naked. Be half naked, partially naked, but I wasn't sleeping with my ass out, no. But every time I rolled over, it was like, oh fuck, you can't lay like that. Like if I was laying on this side, it was like, oh, that hurts, where that pin is, where that rod is at, so I've got to roll over on this side, and then I go roll over on this side. I'm like, oh fuck, that's that bruise. Ooh. I mean, that bruise was every color of the fucking rainbow. It was bad. It was bad. I took pictures because I was like, hey, if you're going to be injured like that, I was kind of proud of it. And since I couldn't go around going, hey, look, I just took a picture. And luckily I kind of turned to the side when I fell, because I think I would have broken my tailbone if I would have landed straight, but I landed kind of sideways, so I didn't break anything. Well, I guess I'm looking, I didn't break my hip. Laid out there in the mud for a while, screaming for one of my kids, because somebody had to go pick up my son at the time at the bus stop, because I didn't trust him to come home. he's he's like that. Anyway, so yesterday was weird. My head fucking hurts. It really does. My neck hurts because I kind of gave myself whiplash knocking the shit out of it. But I'm so hard headed that like there isn't even a bruise there. But damn, it fucking hurts. But that was my day, and so I had to order new phone service with somebody else. And I had to go cheap because my bank took money back that they probably should have never given me in the first place. I'd be a lot better off if they wouldn't have. It is what it is. And I know some people hate that phrase, but because it is kind of a give up. I give up. It is what it is. I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do. So you just have to say, hey, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing you can do about something. I'm all for doing everything you can for as long as you can. But there's a certain point where it is what it is. So, as always, every moment is an opportunity to turn it around. Yeah, every moment is an opportunity to turn things around. Remember that, and if you got to spend 5 minutes getting yourself together, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months, just know that every moment you're breathing, you can turn it around. Things can get better. And then when they do, you're just like, I never thought they would. I never thought I'd get through that. You fucking do. And every moment that you're breathing, you have that opportunity. So that's it for me, guys. Bye.